This weekend, Formula One will descend on Las Vegas for the first time since the Caesars Palace Grand Prix in the 1980s. The race is promising high speeds and closely fought action on a brand new circuit that takes over the Las Vegas Strip. So, in the lead up to the new Las Vegas night race, we sat down with 10-time Formula One race winner Valtteri Bottas to find out what we can expect from the 2023 Las Vegas Grand Prix.
So you're coming off the back of 3 back-to-back races with 2 sprint races thrown in. What is it like competing with such a hectic schedule?
Hectic is definitely the right word. I mean, it is fine. Like, you can always, find the energy and you can always, perform at your best. But then definitely, like, after the triple header, I definitely felt like, that few weeks was pretty busy. Like, lots of flying, lots of events, and obviously lots of driving and racing. So. Yeah, it's all about trying to find that balance, that when you have even a day or 2 off in between, that you can really recharge. So it's all about kind of finding the right balance with things and being able to switch off even for a couple of days.
And what about with the sprint races thrown into the mix? Because obviously we've had triple headers in the past, but not 5 races over 3 weeks.
I feel like sprint weekend is actually mentally a bit more demanding weekend, because already Friday becomes so important versus the usual practice Friday. So you have the qualifying already, and then you have kind of this mini race on Saturday and then the Grand Prix on Sunday. So it definitely takes a bit more out of you when it's a sprint, but I actually prefer it, because I feel like with the standard 3 practice sessions, I feel like that's a bit too much nowadays with the tools and with the simulation tools we have nowadays.
What kind of things can you do off the back of a schedule like that to relax? And then how do you then prepare yourself for another race next week?
I decided to stay in the area where the next race is. I'm obviously still a bit far from Vegas, but I'm in Dominican Republic at the moment. We do have some team meetings online, but apart from that, I really wanted to make sure that I can recharge my batteries this week. Small disconnect from the sport, and then try and be full of energy for the last 2 races.
And so as we look ahead to Vegas, how do you prepare for a brand new track like this one we've got?
Before heading to the US, we already did a couple of days of simulator practice, and we have the new track in the sim. In theory, it should be completely identical, including every bump and curb. So that's the main thing with the new track: simulation and simulator work. That's the best preparation. Is
it all about this kind of technology like simulators that helps you prepare, or is there anything a little bit more analog, a little bit more old school that you can do?
On like current tracks, we use quite a bit of videos, like watching onboard cameras and videos. But of course, as it is a new track and it's still open roads, that's not possible. So it is mainly simulators and simulations.
And after racing the circuit on the sim, are you excited to race in Vegas? And what are you expecting from the track when lights go out?
The track is really fast. It's like a low downforce track, similar to, I would say, Monza, which means with the nature of the track having such a long straights, I think the racing is going to be good. I feel like there's going to be lots of overtaking and that way action. It's mainly actually quite slow corners, so it's like long straights and then slow corner. So that side is not probably on paper the most exciting, but that racing part I think is going to be good, and hopefully that will make a good show.
Is it a track you're excited to go to?
I am. It's completely different to what I've ever raced before, also because the layout is super fast, and then as a place, obviously it's going to be what I've heard and seen pretty epic, and for sure a big show. So I'm curious to see how it's going to be.
And you touched on the high speeds and the overtaking. Where do you think are going to be the key points for action on the circuit?
I would say that there's actually multiple overtaking zones. For sure, the one good one is the very first corner of the track, because that's end of the longest straight. So that's probably the most action-packed corner, I would say. But pretty much at the end of all those long straights, there is opportunities. So yeah, like I said, should make good racing.
If you could add a street circuit anywhere in the world to the Formula One calendar, where would you quite like to race?
Yeah, Finland, for sure. Home country. That's still, because I feel like we're really a motorsport country, and we've always had drivers in F1 since 80s, really. So yeah, that would be my dream one day.
Is there a particular city that you think would lend itself to a street circuit?
My hometown, so it's called Lahti. It's pretty pretty cool. I mean, could go by the lakes and through the forest. So yeah.
What are you and the team's ambitions looking ahead to next year? You've obviously had some good results this year, and the regulations are staying pretty stable into 2024.
I think we definitely need to do better. Like the goals we set for this year, we haven't really matched them overall. I mean, we've had some good races, but mostly it's been very, very hard to get even a single point, you know. So yeah, we definitely need to turn things around next year, and hopefully with a new car, which is going to be quite different, it's going to be better. So a lot of my hopes relies on how well the new car will be born and how quick it is going to be from the get-go. But there's been quite a bit of positioning of people in the team, and team is hiring new people, and we're growing as a team. So I think that will hopefully show its strengths in the future.